Guys, I'm on my treadmill right now doing a light walk, getting some cardio in, but I wanted to make a video for you so that I can cover a couple important principles that I think are important for all of you guys to know, okay? There is, in my opinion, 10 different principles that have actually allowed me to achieve financial freedom and copious amounts of success at a young age. These are also things that millionaires like to hide from people. You know why? Because if the information's out, then if people are informed, people are going to go on to build their own businesses. People don't want to be employees anymore. People don't want to work under people anymore. And if that's the case, the economy is going to go bust and they're not going to have staff and they can't run their business. But I personally don't give a shit. I think that everyone should have access to the same information. And at the end of the day, you take the information and you do with it what you please. So today I'm bringing you 10 principles that the wealthy are hiding from you. These are principles, again, that I followed to make my first $1 million online. And these are principles that I follow to this day. These are the principles that allowed me to achieve some degree of success. I consider myself very successful for my age. In comparison to where I want to be, not very successful. But I'm going to give them to you today. So tune in. If your dopamine is fucking cooked and if your brain is fried, do your best to watch this whole video because I'm going to be spilling you some absolute game over the course of this video. Guys, principle number 1 is do not get caught up in this idea that net worth is the most important thing. Guys, having a high level of net worth without a positive, high income and cash flow every single month is pointless. If someone gives you a wire of $5 million, that's great. Or if you build a business and eventually you sell it and you get a lump sum of money, cool. But you're going to make your informed decisions and your decisions based upon your resources, based upon your monthly cash flow and your income. Where businesses go wrong is they do not weigh their cash flow correctly. They don't weigh their income correctly. So what they do is they'll overextend themselves, realize that their cash flow is poor, and they won't be able to keep the fucking lights on. Okay? You guys need to focus on using your income and your cash flow every single month as your primary lever to use that money as your cushion to then take it, redeploy it, and succeed. Okay? So do not get caught up in this whole net worth idea, $10 million in the bank, $5 million in the bank. Your income is going to be the thing that sets you free. Okay? Because guess what? In my personal opinion, you're more free with $100,000 after taxes in income guaranteed every single month than you are with a big lump sum of money. Listen, here's the thing. You know what you can spend versus what you can't. If someone gives you a big ass lump sum of money, you might think, well, I could spend $1 million on such and such. I have 10 million. The problem is when your income levels drop, your net worth stops increasing. Okay? So never take your eye off the prize of generating more income every single month. That's something that I focus on consistently. I'm always focused on making more money, not so much attached to a net worth in a bank account. My net worth goes up the more I invest into myself, okay? So number 1 would be you're focused on the financial gap. You don't really want financial freedom. You want a bigger financial gap. That's really what financial freedom is, okay? If your overhead in your day-to-day life, your rent, your groceries, your car payment, etc., let's say is $5,000 a month, and your income is $5,500 a month, your gap ain't that big, right? Your gap is only fucking $500. But if your expenses are, again, $5,000 a month, but your income is $25,000 a month, think about your gap. Your gap is now $20,000 a month. That's a big fucking gap. So really what you guys want is a bigger financial gap, not necessarily a super high net worth. What are you gonna do with the money? How are you gonna invest it? Where are you gonna deploy it? Most of you probably don't even know, okay? So focus on your financial gap. That's number 1. That's really what you're chasing. Guys, principle number 2, rich is transferred through speed, wealth is transferred through patience, okay? Let me explain this one to you guys. So many people think that to become rich, it is this lengthy process. That's a myth. That was given to you probably by your parents, maybe by the schools. Don't know who it was given to you by, but this whole idea that you can save your way rich, guess what? You actually can. And you'll be 70 and you'll be fucking sick probably with the world that we live in with the toxins and pollutants. and you won't be able to actually enjoy the money at that point, okay? When you're focused on getting rich, try to do it fast. I know it sounds, is that a get rich quick? Is that a get rich quick? Well, guess what? I fucking got rich quick. I documented the whole thing. So when it comes down to getting rich, for me personally, when it comes to getting rich and how I perceive and think about generating a high level of income, that can be done in a relatively short period of time. You can go from zero to $80,000, $100,000 per month income in 2 years if you have a good business model and if you're serious about your goals. If you really solely dedicate yourself to that thing, you can actually fucking pull that off. I know you probably don't think you can because you don't have your skills, you don't have information, and you don't have the right knowledge right now, but if you did, you would know that that number is not far out of reach, okay? If I did it as a 19-year-old, I'm actually 20 now, but I made my first $100,000 a month in profit at 19, I think you can probably do it. You could probably figure it out, okay? Guys, here's the deal. Getting rich doesn't take a long time. You need a good business model and you need to be in the right vehicle. However, getting wealthy is a patient game. You're not gonna get wealthy overnight. It is not fucking possible. We're talking $100 million liquid, $500 million liquid. I'm nowhere near that right now. Nowhere near that. I know I'm gonna get pretty damn close. I know I'm going to get there, but I'm nowhere near that right now. Why? Because time in the market is what allows you to get there. If you keep focusing on your business and your vehicle and growing that thing and compounding that thing and making it bigger, making it better, making it operate more efficiently, what's gonna happen over time is your income levels keep going up, you buy more assets, and then guess what? Next thing you know, you wait long enough, you stay in business long enough, you're wealthy, okay? So rich can happen quick, wealth, not so much. Guys, for me, principle number 3, I know Grant Cardone ain't gonna like this one, Robert Kiyosaki isn't gonna like this one, a couple of the other financial gurus won't like this one, but I know Dave Ramsey will. Any debt, whether it's good debt or bad debt, in my opinion, is overrated. Guys, you have to know your level of knowledge and your level of skill. I don't want any debt. You know why I don't want any debt? Because for me, anytime I've had to manage debts in my life, they haven't gone well. And that's why I currently have no debt. No debt in my personal life, no debt on a vehicle, no debts in my business. I sleep like a baby because I don't owe anybody any fucking money, okay? And in my personal opinion, that is a very good position to be in. You don't want to owe people money. When you owe people money, that's headache, that's worry, that's stress that you don't need, where you can be focused on growth within your business, okay? So for me, I would say if I were you watching this video, pay off your debts. You don't need debts. You also don't need a ton of money to start a business. You might think, yeah, but if I get a $100,000 line of credit or a loan, I can buy this thing and I can start this business. Guys, all the businesses that I've started effectively for $0 and I've turned them into incredibly lucrative ventures. This idea that you need money or startup capital and large amounts of it to start a successful online business is bullshit. You don't. You need the right model and you need a good vehicle. You're gonna use your number one resource as a new entrepreneur, which is what? Your time. Your time, not your money, your time, okay? Guys, number 4 ties back into number 3. Resource efficiency as an entrepreneur is the most important thing. Not the amount of money you have to start. Guys, think about this. How many celebrities do we need to see generate $100 million, $500 million, $10 million, whatever the number is, and then they lose it all? It's like, how does that happen? How does someone get their hands on tens of millions of dollars, life-changing money, money that if any of you guys were struck by a lightning bolt and you were given that kind of money, you'd be like, oh my God, this is so much money. How the hell do they mess up that large amount of money? Resource efficiency is poor. They don't know how to manage resources. Dude, if you give me $1 million right now, I could turn it into 10. I could turn the 10 into 50, I could turn the 50 into 100. If you give me $1,000, I could turn the 1,000 into 100,000. You need to know how to use your resources to multiply your money. You can take 2 people. You could take one entrepreneur starting with $5 million cash given to them. Go out, take this $5 million, try starting a business, try being successful at a venture, and you could take another guy, you give him no money, you actually put him on the side of the road, and you say, go out, try to start a venture, If the guy that's starting with no money, you throw him on the side of the fucking road, is better at efficiently using resources, he will generate more income and he will build a more successful company than the guy that you gave $5 million. Because the guy that you gave $5 million is going to say, we need a head of operations, we need a brand manager, we need a PR team, we need this, we need that. Next thing you know, you're $2 million in the hole, you still haven't generated any revenue. But the guy that's broke is saying, you know what? I just got to go get my first sale. Next thing you know, you make one sale and you're in the black, you're profitable. Okay? So I would say knowing how to manage your resources is the most important. So when you're first starting, when you're broke, you need to invest into your knowledge on how to generate more income. And you need to keep doing that and playing the doubles game until your income level is so high that it's hard to even keep doing. Okay? And then at that point, you still have to figure out new ways that you can. The next principle is social capital. Number 5, social capital. So many people look at investments like a supercar or a watch that you might see me wear or a luxury apartment that you might see me in or any of these things as a waste of money. Why'd you spend your money on that? You could have put your money, into the S&P 500. You could have put your money into this, into that. Wah, 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 wah. Expensive dinners, waste of money, waste of money, waste of money. It's actually not a waste of money. That is an investment into, again, what I call social capital. Guys, when is the last time you invested money into the people that are going to be around you and the resources that they can actually provide? When's the last time you went to dinner and you picked up a bill that was more expensive than what you thought you could cover and you just oversplurged? Now again, I'm not saying that you should be doing this consistently, but you'd be surprised at who you can meet. When I show up to a meeting in my Aston Martin, who has a better chance at closing a sale? Me, dressed up professionally in some expensive clothes, in an expensive car, with an expensive watch, or the guy that comes in a beat up car and looks disheveled? Guys, when you invest into your social capital and into yourself in that way, it shows that you take care of yourself. And if you want your customers in any business, whether you have a software company, an education company, a marketing agency, I don't care. If you want them to believe that you're going to take care of them, then you know what you need to do? You need to show that you take care of yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, how the fuck are you going to take care of them? You're not. Okay? So invest into your social capital. Guys, there's nothing wrong with spending some money on yourself. Groom yourself. Do what you need to do. Make yourself presentable socially. That will give you social capital. Don't be afraid to spend money there. Do not be afraid. Number 6, this whole idea that you can't predict markets, to me is bullshit. To me. If you pay attention, if you get informed, I think you can predict markets. Now, not on a micro level. I'm not a trader. I'm not someone that's going to say, I predict the price of this stock or this crypto will be this exact number on this day. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is this. The election just passed. Donald Trump got voted in as president. Presidential-elect 47th president of the United States of America. With his narratives and with his policies, did we think that things like Bitcoin were going to pump after something like that? Or if things were going to recede and go down? I mean, obviously things were going to pump, right? So if based on data, you saw a landslide victory happening, by the way, I did, called it online, charted, then the price of that asset was going to pump. So even if you're not someone that wanted to hold something like Bitcoin for the long term, you wanted to trade it because you predicted that around the time of an election the price would pump, you could have bought in early and then you could have sold. Something that you could have done. Bitcoin just recently crossed previous all-time highs. Again, did you do that? Probably not. Because you can't time the market, you actually can. With the rise of AI, with the rise of tech, we all saw what NVIDIA did, right? And if you didn't, again, get informed. Follow the stock market. NVIDIA had an insane bull run, insane, with the pumps of AI and big tech. What did you guys think was going to happen to companies like Apple and Microsoft? I was in Apple at, I think, $140 a share. I think as of the recording of this video, we've crossed $230 per share. Guys, the returns that I've been able to generate in comparison to lazy investments, just based upon the fact that I've informed myself, have been way better than what most people can generate. Why? Because I do my fucking homework and then I do my best to time the market. Again, we're analyzing trends. if we can find a trend and a narrative, and if we can be relatively early on it, we can do very well. Principle number 7 is only invest into your areas of competency. Now, what does that mean? It means don't just watch a video from me or from anybody on the internet say, do this thing, and you just go out blindly and you do it because you think that that person is smarter than you. Don't be a lazy fuck. Inform yourself. Get the knowledge that you need to know. Bro, isn't it cool to be the guy that like actually knows things and actually has an understanding of how things work? Wouldn't you wake up a little bit more confident if you knew every single month, even if shit's bad, I know how to make 100, 150 grand a month no matter what. Whether the economy is good, bad, doesn't matter. I know I could put $100,000 to $150,000 a month in my pocket with my business because I know how to run it. You'd probably sleep a lot better, okay? But you probably can't sleep that way because you don't have systems and a business or the knowledge for either to get there. So when I say don't invest into an area that is not your area of competency, what I'm saying is this. You need to fucking find a game that you can get an unfair advantage in. For me, it's digital marketing. I have a fantastic digital marketing company. Every month we generate more and more profit. And for me, that's the game that I understand. So in the future, I would know what a good agency looks like. What's the lifetime value of a customer? What is the churn rate? How many new clients sign up per month? How many appointments are set per month? What's the conversion rate on appointments set to converted sales? Guys, there's certain metrics that I would already know to look for. What's the cost for acquiring a customer? So on and so forth. So I would know a good agency from a shit one. And if I had to purchase an agency, I would know what a good value for the cost would be. So that's a game that I have an unfair advantage in. Now, I don't have an unfair advantage in real estate. I don't know the real estate market well. If someone said, yo, do you think that's a good deal for that rental property? I'd say, I have no fucking idea. Not my game. At that point, I would be presented with an option. Do I take the time to learn that market? Or do I double down on my area of competency that I know? For me, I like to play the doubles game. I like to double down. I like to keep getting better at the game that I already know, because for me, if I spread myself out in too many ventures, I'm not gonna make any serious money anyway. So for me, it's consistently picking a game that I'm going to play and playing it and playing it and playing it and playing it and not FOMO investing my time. Again, what's that? Fear of missing out, investing my time, spreading myself too thin in all these different buckets. Next thing you know, I'm not really getting anywhere. Does that sound familiar? Maybe it's you watching this video. I'm gonna help my dad with his construction business. I'm also gonna make content. I'm also going to be a bodybuilder. I'm also going to, no you're not. No you're not. You need to fucking pick something and you need to be excellent, okay? Your lack of being able to choose is why you keep failing. So fucking pick something for once. Number 8, guys, if you can find a trend, you can monetize. When I created my marketing agency, there was tons of niches I could have gone after. I could have picked any niche under the sun. But I took 2 months to pick my niche when the average person could pick their niche in a day. You know why? Because they didn't watch someone's YouTube video saying, build a med spa marketing agency, work with dentists, work with roofers, blah, blah, blah. Now everyone's building the same company. Now I can't compete on the fact that I have a different service. I have to try to compete on the fact that everyone and their mother is fucking doing the same thing that I'm doing. I didn't want to walk into a saturated niche trying to play a game where I didn't have any unfair advantage. I wanted to give myself an unfair advantage, so I analyzed the marketplace of all the different kind of businesses that I could have worked with. Who has the most money? Who can I actually help? What kind of funnels would I set up inside their business? How would I be able to scale it? How would I be able to market? I did tons of product market research before I started my business. And then once I was confident in the model, I put my head down and I said, this is it. And we're just gonna stick with this. And now here we are, I built a multi-million-dollar company. Go figure. I said I was gonna fucking do it, and here we are. Pick something and stick to it. And do not ever FOMO invest, like I said previously, into too many different buckets and spread yourself too thin, but try to find a good trend. Try to find something where you're like, you know what? I think such and such type of business really needs Facebook ads. I really think such and such type of business doesn't have any marketing companies trying to help them. I really think such and such type of business, so on and so forth. Go deep into markets and fucking analyze them and analyze and analyze and analyze and get better and better and better. And the next thing you know, you're gonna get so damn good, people are gonna start coming to you for advice like, dude, you're killing it. Yeah, I'm killing it. I found a good market. I picked a better model than most people. So I can monetize faster. I can make better money. I can have a higher profit margin. These are things that I get access to because I picked a better model, okay? So pick that game that gives you an unfair advantage and find a trend. And if you find a trend, you can do very well. Guys, principle number 9. Take this one from the 20-year-olds. This whole idea of retiring young is bullshit, and it's fraud given to you by financial gurus on the internet. You don't want to retire young. That's really no one's goal. You want to pick something that you enjoy doing enough to where you want to do it for a prolonged time period. You don't want to pick a career path that you hate. And again, I'm not saying just go after something that you're passionate about, because that ain't going to get you far, okay? If I went after things that I was passionate about exclusively, I'd be sitting here broke. And I'd rather do something that I'm not super diehard passionate about. I wake up every day just happy-go-lucky, but be broke versus I'd rather have money and be like, you know what, this is what I have to do to make money, and I can pursue my passions outside of my business. I'd rather live that way. That's my personal choice. So for me, I would personally say that this whole idea of you're gonna make such and such millions of dollars and you're just gonna retire young, nah, that's not really anyone's goal. Think about it. You get rich, you retire at 25 years old, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're 25. You're gonna go travel? All right, you go see a couple countries, then what? You're gonna lose yourself. You're not gonna know what the fuck to do. Money can be a curse if you're not occupied. You wanna stay occupied, so you wanna pick a career that you like. And guys, principle number 10, people respect what you inspect. So many people have this idea that they wanna get passive income. I wanna generate $10,000 a month passively, not gonna happen. I wanna make 20K a month passively, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. You guys have no idea the amount of people, capital, headache, and work that goes into building a business that generates automated cash flow. You ain't there yet. Especially as a beginner, you should say, I have no money right now. I wanna work as hard as I possibly can to generate $10,000 a month actively. That should be your goal. I wanna generate $10,000 a month actively. I wanna generate $20,000 a month actively. $100,000 a month actively. Guys, if I told you I'm gonna pay you, okay, average person watching this video, $50,000 a month, all I need you to do is do push-ups for an hour straight, then you have to do jumping jacks for an hour straight, then you have to go for a jog, whatever. If I just gave you a series of tasks that you needed to complete and they were very active, would you just be like, nah, I wanna do it passively? No, you're gonna fucking do it. You're gonna do it. This passive income idea is bullshit. I don't have passive income. If I don't have passive income, making over 100 grand a month, you ain't gonna have no fucking passive income. I still work on my business daily, and I work hard on it. Why? Because people respect what you inspect. Now granted, I have staff now. I have employees overseas, I have employees here in the States, and I ride them a little bit. Hey, are you up to date? What were our quarterly earnings? Are they where they need to be? How close are we to our revenue target, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, these are the kind of things that I look at, that I focus on, that I make sure that we're up to date and up to speed with everything that we need to do, but I don't just let them fuck off and do what they want. When you're a business owner, you need to pay attention to detail. And again, your staff and the people that you work with and your customers will respect what you inspect. So always focus on spending your time on getting better results for your customers, doing better for your staff, creating new incentives, keeping these fresh inside your business. These are things that need to be done. Need to be done. This is not a negotiable. This is not a maybe. This is a guaranteed 100% of the time fixed, needs to be done type thing. People respect what you inspect. All right, guys, those are the 10 principles. I hope you guys got good value out of this video. I hope you actually stayed and watched the whole thing. Because if you did, comment the word milk in the comment section. And if you do, I'll know you watched the whole video. And in that case, I'm not actually gonna fucking give you anything other than the fact that you should know that your dopamine is not as fried as everyone else, you can actually pay attention to something. And that's good. That's a good thing. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe for more content. I will see you in the next video. Now go work.